Okay, so I did a short on the collard greens that I made the other day, but I want to show you step by step this time. So what I have here is a pot of tea, and that is made with the Lapsang, Souchong, Oliver and Pluff. There's a few brands that make it. This one has a back that claims that it is the same tea that they threw off in the Boston Tea Party because they were mad about the taxes right before we had the Revolutionary War. I love it because it's got a smoky flavor, and that smokiness is what's going to help us bring more flavor to the party without having pork. And so instead of pork, we are using dry cured beef, Bresaola, and this is by Citerio. Anyways, it's an Italian meat that is actually the whole muscle of beef, so it's not like mixed with anything. You can see that nice marbling in there. So dry cured, whole muscle beef, no pork. And then I've got beef broth. It comes in these little packets here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, the bone broth, over the tomatoes. I'm going to get all of these in there. So for every packet, it wants like a cup of water. So I made the equivalent of 4 cups of tea. And that tea is nice and dark now, as you can see. And so in a minute, that's going to be what is hydrating this powder of beef bone broth, okay? Lono Life beef bone broth. It's a really good brand. I love it to just sip on too, but using it in recipes, it's so good. It gives you a lot of flavor. It's not like super high in sodium. This one actually says low sodium. I got this box on Amazon. You can find it other places too. Maybe your local grocery store. So now I'm going to have my tea and just get this poured in there. Try to get all around because I want to really get everywhere that I ended up with that. So let's turn this a little bit so I can see. Okay, here we go. We want to get all that bone broth powder nice and wet because it doesn't do much good if it's not hydrated. Oh, I'm going to have to fish that out. I think that might have happened last time. Oops. Okay. No worries. All right, so the next thing is going to be that beef, dry cured beef, and I need to use the scissors on that, so I'm going to come back, but check my next video for once we get more collard greens in there. Actually, I do have the collard greens ready. I can go ahead, I use the scissors on those as well. Let's get at least that much in there. Ooh, oh my, oh my. You just dump all that in, because you can. And sometimes, even if you feel like you're making a mess cooking, it's okay. Sometimes that's just what happens. All right, so I'm going to get these cut up with the scissors and come back.